Once known for his wild charm and unforgettable roles, Johnny Depp is now turning heads for a whole new reason. From Edward Scissorhands to Pirates of the Caribbean, he built a career that made him one of Hollywood's biggest stars. But fame didn't shield him from heartbreak. His life took dark turns through failed relationships, career setbacks, and a shocking legal battle with his ex-wife Amber Heard. Just when the world thought he was done, Johnny returned, not quietly, but with a bold new look, a fresh energy, and a quiet confidence that's hard to ignore. Born on June 9, 1963, in Owensboro, Kentucky, Johnny was the youngest of 4 children. His mother, Betty Sue, worked as a waitress, and his father, John Christopher Depp, was a civil engineer. His childhood was unstable. His family moved frequently and finally settled in Miramar, Florida in 1970. But life remained hard. At age 15, his parents divorced, a moment that left a deep emotional mark. His mother later married Robert Palmer, whom Johnny called an inspiration, a reflection of their close bond. When Johnny was 12, his mother gave him a guitar, an act that would change the course of his life. He quickly fell in love with music, started playing in bands, and dreamed of becoming a rock star. At 16, he dropped out of Miramar High School to pursue that dream. Though he attempted to return 2 weeks later, the principal told him to follow his passion, so he did. In 1980, he joined a band called The Kids, which found moderate success in Florida, prompting a move to Los Angeles. There, they renamed themselves Six Gun Method and chased a record deal. But dreams don't always come easy. Johnny took random jobs, including telemarketing, to survive. In December 1983, he married Lori Ann Allison, a makeup artist and sister of his bandmate. Sadly, the marriage ended by 1985, around the same time his band fell apart. Still, Johnny didn't give up. He joined another group, Rock City Angels, and co-wrote their song, Mary. Even back then, he stood out, not just for his music but for his diverse roots, claiming English, French, German, Irish ancestry, and even distant ties to Elizabeth Key Grinstead, one of the first African-American women to win freedom in court. He also believed his great-grandmother had Cherokee or Creek roots, saying, "Makes sense, I'm from Kentucky." However, this claim sparked controversy. Native American outlets stated Depp had no ties to their communities, with some leaders calling him a pretendian, a term for those falsely claiming indigenous identity. The issue escalated when he portrayed a Native American character in The Lone Ranger and named his band Tonto's Giant Nuts. Though he was later adopted as an honorary son by LaDonna Harris of the Comanche Nation, it was symbolic, not tribal recognition. Even so, Johnny's journey was just beginning. At 20, after his band collapsed, his ex-wife Lori introduced him to actor Nicolas Cage, who saw potential in him and suggested acting. Though Johnny had never planned on becoming an actor, he had long admired James Dean and found himself drawn to the craft. Cage helped him land an audition with director Wes Craven for A Nightmare on Elm Street. Despite having zero acting experience, Craven's daughter was impressed by Johnny and convinced her father to cast him. Just like that, Johnny secured his first film role, as the boyfriend who famously gets pulled into the bed by Freddy Krueger. He admitted, "I didn't have any desire to be an actor, but acting soon paid the bills in a way music hadn't." In 1985, he landed a lead role in the comedy Private Resort. Though he was cast in Thrashin', the producer later replaced him. He ended up with a small part in Oliver Stone's Platoon as a Vietnamese-speaking private. But his breakout came in 1987 when he starred in 21 Jump Street as an undercover cop posing as a student. The show made him a teen idol, loved by fans and splashed across magazine covers. Yet Johnny felt trapped. He only took the role to work with actor Frederick Forrest, and later said it made him feel like a product, packaged and sold rather than truly acting. Still, the success opened doors. Before he became the bold, stylish icon we know today, he was just a quiet kid with a guitar. That guitar led him to LA, and a failed band led him to an unexpected acting career. One day he was selling pens over the phone, and the next he was gracing Hollywood red carpets. But Johnny never liked being boxed in, whether through looks, roles, or beliefs. Even his claims about Native ancestry came, he said, from family stories. "I guess I have some Native American somewhere down the line," he once remarked, not to deceive, but to share what he believed was true. Still, not everyone saw it that way, and his portrayal of Tonto added fuel to the fire. Yet, controversy never defined him, it only added layers to a career shaped by risk, resilience, and reinvention. Though Johnny Depp believed the stories passed down in his family about Native American ancestry, not everyone accepted his claims. When he portrayed Tonto in The Lone Ranger, the backlash intensified. Many found the portrayal disrespectful, and even the name of his band, Tonto's Giant Nuts, was criticized. His honorary adoption by LaDonna Harris of the Comanche Nation was seen as a kind gesture, but it didn't change the views of many Native leaders, who made it clear he wasn't considered part of their community. Still, Johnny pressed on. His unique mix of charm, rebellion, and raw talent continued to set him apart, and Hollywood took notice. From horror to drama, his face and voice became unforgettable. After 21 Jump Street made him a teen heartthrob, Depp quickly grew disillusioned with fame. He didn't want to be seen as just a pretty face, so in the 1990s he changed direction, choosing projects that meant something to him. One of his early picks was the 1990 musical comedy Crybaby, which later gained a cult following. That same year, he starred in Edward Scissorhands, directed by Tim Burton. To prepare for the role of a man with scissors for hands, Depp studied Charlie Chaplin to learn how to act without dialogue. Critics praised his deeply expressive performance, which earned him his first Golden Globe nomination and even inspired scientists to name a clawed fossil Kudanicola Deppi after him. Over the next few years, he continued to embrace offbeat, emotionally rich roles in films like Benny and June, Arizona Dream, Dead Man, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and Don Juan DeMarco. In 1994, he portrayed eccentric filmmaker Ed Wood in another Tim Burton collaboration, showcasing his willingness to take bold creative risks. He transformed again for Donnie Brasco, starring opposite Al Pacino as an undercover FBI agent, and later embodied Hunter S. Thompson in The Chaotic Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. By the time he appeared in The Ninth Gate in 1999, Depp had firmly distanced himself from his TV idol past and established himself as one of Hollywood's most intriguing actors. That same year, he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, yet he was far from done. As the 2000s began, Johnny Depp proved he could play just about any character. He was romantic, dark, funny, and serious, sometimes all at once. In 2000, he starred in Chocolate, a heartwarming film set in a small French village. The next year, he played a drug smuggler in Blow, and also appeared in the gritty crime thriller From Hell. But it was 2003 that truly changed everything: his performance as Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean. The Curse of the Black Pearl turned him into a global phenomenon. With his eccentric swagger, unpredictable charm, and wild-eyed brilliance, Depp didn't just play Sparrow, he became him, earning his first Oscar nomination. He went on to play a loving father in Finding Neverland, a paranoid writer in Secret Window, and a sharpshooter in Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Each role was wildly different, yet equally memorable. His creative bond with Tim Burton deepened as they teamed up for Sleepy Hollow, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Corpse Bride, and Sweeney Todd, the last of which earned Depp a Golden Globe. He continued to mesmerize audiences in Alice in Wonderland, and even lent his voice to the animated hit Rango. In the years that followed, he portrayed real-life figures like Gangster John Dillinger in Public Enemies, crime lord Whitey Bulger in Black Mass, and war photographer W. Eugene Smith in Minamata, 2020. He also joined the Wizarding World franchise as Dark Wizard Gellert Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts. Outside of acting, Depp stayed creatively busy, launching his own production company, Infinitum Nihil, in 2004, and forming the rock supergroup Hollywood Vampires with Alice Cooper and Joe Perry. His versatility knew no bounds. He was twice named People's Sexiest Man Alive, yet even with all the fame and accolades, his personal life told another story. Johnny Depp's first marriage came early. On Christmas Eve 1983, he married Lori Ann Allison, a makeup artist and the sister of his bandmate. He was 20, she was 25, and they moved to Los Angeles chasing music dreams. Depp found moderate success with his band The Kids, opening for Iggy Pop and the Ramones. Unfortunately, Lori had to give up her music career after going deaf in one ear and transitioned into makeup artistry. Through that work, she introduced Johnny to actor Nicolas Cage, an introduction that would change the course of his life forever. Lori and Allison's introduction of Johnny Depp to Nicolas Cage would change his life forever. Though their marriage ended in 1986 after just 2 years, the pair remained on good terms. During Depp's legal battle with Amber Heard decades later, Lori publicly supported him and continued using the Depp name professionally. In the late 1980s, Johnny got engaged to actresses Jennifer Grey and Sherilyn Fenn, but neither engagement lasted. In 1990, he began dating Edward Scissorhands co-star Winona Ryder. They became one of Hollywood's most talked-about couples, and Depp famously tattooed "Winona Forever" on his arm, only to change it to "Wino Forever" after they broke up in 1993. Soon after, he entered a passionate and high-profile relationship with supermodel Kate Moss, which lasted from 1994 to 1998. Then, in 1998, while filming The Ninth Gate, Johnny met French singer and actress Vanessa Paradis. The two fell in love and created a quiet, stable life far from the chaos of Hollywood. They had 2 children together, Lily Rose, born in 1999, and Jack, born in 2002. Depp once said, "You cannot plan the kind of deep love that results in children. Fatherhood wasn't a conscious decision, it was part of the wonderful ride I was on. It was destiny." After more than a decade together, Johnny and Vanessa parted ways in 2012. Though they never married, their split was handled respectfully. However, what followed was anything but peaceful. Soon after the breakup, Johnny began dating actress Amber Heard, his co-star in The Rum Diary. At first, their relationship seemed like another glamorous Hollywood romance, but behind the scenes, things were falling apart. The couple married in a quiet civil ceremony on February 3, 2015, but the marriage unraveled quickly. Just over a year later, on May 23, 2016, Heard filed for divorce and obtained a temporary restraining order, alleging Depp had been verbally and physically abusive, especially under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Depp denied all accusations, claiming Heard was trying to end things quickly and walk away with money. The story exploded in the media. In August 2016, they reached a private settlement, and their divorce was finalized in January 2017. Heard dropped the restraining order, and they released a joint statement calling their relationship intensely passionate and at times volatile, but always bound by love. They emphasized that neither party had made false accusations for financial gain. Depp paid her a $7 million settlement, which she pledged to donate to the ACLU and Children's Hospital Los Angeles. Though their marriage was short, the story was far from over. It became the beginning of one of Hollywood's most public and controversial court battles. After the divorce was finalized in 2017, many believed the saga had ended. But in December 2018, Amber Heard wrote an op-ed for The Washington Post that reignited everything. While she didn't name Johnny Depp, she described herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse, spoke of the backlash she faced for standing up against sexual violence, and accused institutions of protecting powerful men. Depp believed the piece was clearly about him, and claimed it damaged his reputation and career. In February 2019, he filed a defamation lawsuit against Heard, arguing the article contained 3 specific lies. The headline itself, Heard's claim that she became a symbol of abuse 2 years earlier, and her assertion that society protects abusive men. Depp maintained that he was the actual victim in the relationship and that Heard's accusations were a hoax. He said the op-ed directly led to him being removed from major roles, including Pirates of the Caribbean, and destroyed his image in Hollywood. Heard responded in August 2020 with a countersuit. She accused Depp and his lawyer, Adam Waldman, of launching an online smear campaign to damage her reputation. According to Heard, Waldman used Twitter and supported petitions that tried to remove her from film projects like Aquaman and her partnership with L'Oreal. Her lawsuit cited 3 specific statements Waldman made to the Daily Mail in 2020, one alleging she and her friends faked sexual assault claims, another accusing them of staging a crime scene and calling 911, and a third broadly calling her abuse claims a hoax. The legal battle only escalated from there. In October 2020, Waldman was removed from the case after leaking private court details to the press. The following month, Depp lost a separate libel case in the UK against the Sun newspaper, which had labelled him a wife-beater. Heard's legal team then asked for his U.S. defamation case to be thrown out. Amber Heard's legal team attempted to have Johnny Depp's U.S. defamation lawsuit thrown out, citing his previous loss in a similar UK case. However, the judge denied the request, noting that Heard wasn't a party in the UK trial. In August 2021, the legal battle intensified when a judge ordered the ACLU to release records related to Heard's promised donations from her divorce settlement, adding more fuel to the fire. Finally, in April 2022, the highly anticipated Depp vs. Heard trial began in Virginia, turning the courtroom into a global stage. From April 11 to June 1, the world watched as both actors shared their conflicting stories. Heard claimed Depp was violent during their relationship, often losing control under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Depp, on the other hand, described himself as the true victim, alleging that Heard insulted, hurt, and even physically assaulted him. The trial played out like a real-life drama, complete with video clips, audio recordings, and testimony from friends, staff, and experts. After 13 hours of jury deliberation, the verdict was announced on June 1, 2022. The jury ruled that all 3 statements in Heard's op-ed were false and defamatory, and that she wrote them with malicious intent. Depp was awarded $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages, though Virginia law capped the latter at $350,000. Heard's countersuit found only one of 3 statements by Depp's attorney Adam Waldman to be defamatory, resulting in a $2 million award to Heard. In a statement after the verdict, Johnny said, "The jury gave me my life back. I am truly humbled." He expressed hope that speaking the truth would inspire others not to give up. Eventually, the two agreed to settle. Heard paid Depp $1 million, which he pledged to donate to charity. Both sides framed the agreement on their own terms. Heard insisted it wasn't a sign of defeat, and Depp's team confirmed the jury's verdict would remain. Beyond the celebrity drama, the trial highlighted how deeply personal pain can become disturbingly public. For Depp, it marked a defining turning point and the beginning of a long-awaited comeback. Following years of legal battles and public scrutiny, Johnny Depp made his return to the big screen with Day Drinker, his most significant film project in a long time. Directed by Mark Webb and co-starring Penelope Cruz, the film marks yet another reunion for the two actors, who previously appeared together in Blow, Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, and Murder on the Orient Express. According to IMDb, Day Drinker follows the story of a grieving bartender and a mysterious stranger who form a powerful connection that leads their lives in unexpected directions. With themes of love, loss, and hidden truths, the film promises emotional depth and compelling twists. Lionsgate executive Adam Fogelson expressed excitement, saying, "Day Drinker combines a highly commercial concept with wildly outrageous twists and turns, and there is no better filmmaker than Mark or 2 more perfectly cast actors than Johnny and Penelope." Depp's return was also felt at the 2023 Cannes Film Festival, where he spoke candidly about how the trial had affected his career. "Did I feel boycotted by Hollywood?" he asked. "You'd have to not have a pulse to think none of this is happening. It's a weird joke." Yet, he added confidently, "I don't feel boycotted by Hollywood, because I don't think about Hollywood." A bold statement, signaling a fresh start. The buzz grew louder when Lionsgate released the first official photo from Day Drinker, shocking fans with Depp's dramatically new look. At 62, he appeared nearly unrecognizable: silver hair, a full gray beard, piercing blue eyes, and a sleek blue suit. The image showed him leaning casually against a bar, cocktail in hand, with a thoughtful gaze into the distance. Social media exploded. Many fans admitted they didn't even realize it was Depp at first. Comments flooded in. One admirer wrote, "Johnny Depp absolutely rocking the silver fox look." Another said, "The gray looks amazing on him." Some joked that he looked like the "Stay thirsty, my friends" guy, while others noted the resemblance to his Fantastic Beasts character, Gellert Grindelwald. "They never should have taken Grindelwald from us," one fan declared. The overwhelming response made it clear this was Johnny Depp's Silver Fox era, and fans were loving every second of it. As Day Drinker builds anticipation, many are calling it Depp's greatest Hollywood comeback yet, proof that even after the storm, reinvention is possible. Johnny Depp is making headlines once again, not for controversy, but for his powerful return to mainstream cinema. Day Drinker marks his first major American film since the conclusion of his defamation trial with Amber Heard in 2022. Although he previously appeared in the French-language film Jean du Barry, Day Drinker is his official comeback to English-speaking audiences. In this thriller, Depp plays a mysterious character who meets a grieving bartender aboard a cruise ship. Their encounter pulls them into a dangerous underworld, blending drama and action with unexpected twists. Lionsgate's Adam Fogelson praised the project, calling it a highly commercial concept with wildly outrageous twists and turns, and adding that no two actors could be better cast than Johnny and Penelope Cruz. The buzz isn't just about the film's storyline. Fans are obsessed with Depp's transformation. Sporting blue contact lenses, silver hair, and a full gray beard, Johnny looks completely reborn. "Shout out to the makeup department," one fan wrote, while another joked. "He could never play a role without the costume department doing half the work." His look is bold, and it's working. But Depp's makeover didn't stop at hair and wardrobe. Fans couldn't help but notice his teeth, once a major point of concern. Back in the 1990s, Depp was the ultimate heartthrob with dark hair, soulful eyes, and a striking smile. But years of hard partying and heavy smoking began to show. By the mid-90s, he confessed to Premiere magazine that he had multiple cavities and an unfinished root canal. He even said, "I'm proud of these teeth," rejecting the idea of having a perfect Hollywood smile. By 2010, his teeth had yellowed noticeably, and by 2023, they appeared brown and severely decayed. His gold grills from Pirates of the Caribbean didn't help, and even after filming, he refused to remove them. Social media exploded with commentary on his dental condition, and online debates raged. Some supported him regardless, while others criticized his appearance, especially when compared to Amber Heard's polished image. But Depp stayed quiet, letting speculation swirl, until everything changed. In 2024, fans began to notice a dramatic shift. First came the new hair, but then came the real surprise, Johnny's smile. A vacation video from the Bahamas showed him behind the bar at Lorraine's Cafe, flashing bright, white teeth. The internet was stunned. Was this really Johnny Depp? Yes, and reports soon confirmed that he had begun a complete transformation, starting with dental work. According to insiders, Depp was focusing not just on his teeth, but on his skin, fitness, and overall health. His once criticized smile became a symbol of his rebirth. Then came the moment that sent fans into a frenzy, a selfie with Penelope Cruz at the Museo Reina Sofia in Spain. Taken during a filming break from Day Drinker, the photo captured them both smiling in front of a famous painting, looking relaxed and stylish. Fans flooded the museum's Instagram with praise. "He never gets old," one commented. Another said, "Crazy how much younger he looks." The joy of seeing Depp happy, healthy, and glowing again was felt worldwide. People celebrated the reunion of Depp and Cruz, many calling it a Blow 2001 throwback, while others joked that it felt like seeing Jack Sparrow and Angelica reunited. The comments were full of admiration. "It's an honor to see two great artists together," one fan wrote. It was clear, audiences weren't just excited for a new movie, they were thrilled to see Johnny thriving again. This wasn't just a physical glow-up, it was a shift in energy, confidence, and peace. Depp isn't dwelling on the past anymore. He's moving forward on his own terms, embracing new roles, taking selfies, enjoying life, and radiating a calm, refreshed presence that fans haven't seen in years. With Day Drinker on the horizon, it's clear Johnny Depp is not only back, he's owning every second of this new chapter. What do you think of Johnny's transformation and the Silver Fox era? Are you excited to see him in Day Drinker? Share your thoughts, hit like, and subscribe for more inspiring Hollywood stories. See you next time.